Welcome to this live edition of the Sewing Report. We've got a special guest today, an actual man, to talk about fabric.
Hi.
Hello, this is James. If you haven't been watching Sewing Report before, he's my husband. I'm Jennifer, and we try to help you discover your love of sewing. If you haven't sewn before, that's okay. We just want to share our passion and some of our favorite fabrics and other types of sewing supplies, and also some projects and patterns with you, so that if you are interested in sewing, you can have a resource and a guide to get started. So I'm just going to check I'm going to log in here. Again, this is a live edition. We've been trying to do this every day at 3. And
every Sunday.
Every Sunday at 3 is not every day. That would be kind of crazy. But every Sunday at 3 p.m.
And
Eastern
in full
time.
disclosure, we have fabric here that I like, but I know nothing of it. So she's going to talk about fabric, and I'm going to stand here like this with my hands on my hips and shake my head. So yes,
yeah, and
that's true.
This is the first time we've done something like this, so I do kind of feel like this might go off the rails a little bit. That's okay. If that's your thing, stick around, because this could get kind of interesting, right? Or not. I don't know. This could be really sucky. We don't know yet, so thank you for watching. If you are watching right now live, let us know where you're coming from. Smash the like button and subscribe if you'd like to see more of the Sewing Report, because we enjoy doing this. All right, hello from Atlanta. Hey, Patty. All right, and Patty is the one. She actually suggested a couple fabric stores for us to check out. Maybe we can go together as like a date or something. Would that be exciting for you?
Yes, we can get some more of this
cotton and
steel. This is cotton and steel here.
So he knows. So I don't know.
Actually, I don't.
You don't.
It's written on the bag.
Well, let's be honest. You have sewn things before, and you do know how to do some things. So you're not completely, you're not like some guys where they don't know anything about sewing. You know a bit about sewing and fabric because you have worked with it before. So you're how would you describe your sewing level from a 1 to 10?
Is 1 the lowest you can go?
Like 0 would be lowest.
Okay, so like 0.85?
But no.
Past
so
2?
James has actually made, he made a quilt, he made a pair of jeans, he's made a pillow and a purse. So you're not...
And some cases.
And some cases, yeah, so you're not new. I think you made something for your dad. So James is actually a modern man. He does a lot of things. So you can do stuff. All right, so we're going to refresh this, I think. Hopefully we're still live here. Let's see if we're...
I'll run this way, check.
Okay, so I think he just wants to get out of this, but that's okay. Are we still live?
Yeah.
All right, we're still live. All right. For some reason, we cannot... Okay. We're just having some trouble with this computer here. And James is also going to check on his plants right now because... oh, he's turning off the fan. Is it the fan?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can't see this, but behind us, he's got an indoor garden with a pretty elaborate setup, an LED light, and we've got some vegetables growing. So hopefully, we've got a few cherry tomatoes and stuff.
Cherry tomatoes, serrano peppers.
Serrano peppers. Okay. Patty says he's sewn more types of items than I have. Well, thank you, Patty. He is. But you know what? If James can do it, you can do it too. So we want to encourage you to try some different types of projects if you have not maybe ventured out of your comfort zone. Try new things, work with materials, and you have a saying, you always say, just go big, like I'm always like, maybe for quilts, start out with something small, and you went for a fairly large quilt your first time. Mm-hmm. So, and that worked out pretty good. But we thought this would be fun. We had James pick out, he went through my fabric stash, and he actually picked out some of the fabrics he liked the best. So if you've ever wondered, like, hey, what kind of fabrics might be good for the man in my life if you're making something for them, or trying to shop for them. Guys can be a little picky sometimes. Obviously, they don't want, like, fabric with, like, unicorns on it or something, but that's a hard no. But, and this episode is again sponsored by my high school prom mug. We are bringing it back, and I've got some Diet Cola in here this week, although I did see a study saying that it led to an increased risk of dementia and stroke, so just a heads up. Apparently that's in my future. But yeah, so loving the prom mug. And I don't know, I didn't mention this last week, but I actually went to the prom by myself because nobody asked me. So that's why, maybe one of the reasons why I got the dude cup, but you know, it's lasted for quite a long time. And if you are interested in any of this fabric, I did link the names of everything below and where you can get it. Some of it's a little bit harder to find, but some of it is still available. Keaton Quilts is joining us. Keaton Quilts is a guy, James.
Hi, Keaton.
So we've got another guy, and his name is Justin. And Justin is a quilter from Manhattan. You need to check out his Instagram. It's at Keaton Quilts. His dog's name is Diane Keaton, so that's why it's called Keaton Quilts. And the dog is pretty awesome. So Justin's a really talented quilter. So I feel like gender comes up a lot in the sewing and quilting world, but it's not just for women. There are a lot of men who are getting into it. And sorry, that is the cat doing something.
Stop playing with that. Go away.
So she might. Oh, she's just playing. I don't know what she's doing. So she might intermittently interrupt this show, but you know what? We're gonna roll with it. That's the dangers we got of working downstairs with her. Keaton Quilts. He sends us some love, and thank you guys for watching. So let's get into it. So yeah, James picked out some of his favorite fabric, and we just thought it would be kind of funny to see what kind of fabrics he would like first. And the weird thing is, a lot of the fabrics he picked are some of my favorites. So the first up is this collection. And it's called Jennifer Sampou's Shimmer 2 collection. She's a quilter. Shimmer 2, yeah, there was a first edition too. This is the second one. And it is a really nice, very elegant collection of like shimmery metallics. And the colors range from like black, white, blue, yellow, and grays. And it's just a very classy line. And the cat is definitely coming over here. But James liked it, and this is only some of it. This is a fat quarter bundle, and I don't know. What do you think of this? It's pretty cool looking, isn't it?
It has metallics.
It has metallics. He's a big fan of metallics. I've noticed a common theme, and this is actually one of my favorite fabrics too. I have yardage of this line. I've got the fat quarter bundle. I've got a couple charm packs, and I've got a jelly roll. So obviously, this is a line that I really like. And one thing that when I was first starting out sewing, I didn't realize that fabrics were only made for a limited amount of time. So after it goes out of print, some of these fabrics can be kind of hard to find. So that's why if there's a fabric you're like die hard about, you should buy as much of it as you can. I'm not trying to encourage consumption or encourage, getting on the show hoarders. But if there is a line that you really love, just know that over time it might not always be available. All right, we got a couple other comments. Brenda is here. I finally made it. Oh yes, Brenda is from Hawaii, which sounds awesome to live in Hawaii.
Aloha.
If that is the same Brenda, is this Brenda from Hawaii? All right, if so, awesome. I know we've got a few different Brendas that watch Sewing Report. And Keaton Quilts says, I have a bundle of that from Craftsy too. All right, so Keaton Quilts, as a fellow guy, you also are a fan of Jennifer Sampou's line. It is just a wonderful line. And the good thing about all of the fabrics we're looking at today is that they're all very gender neutral. So they're not clearly feminine or not clearly masculine. They might make great gifts for, like for a housewarming gift or for home decor. Because what guy wants to have a house that's like completely pink or something? Although I've suggested that before. I have made the suggestion we do a Hello Kitty room that was not approved for the house. Okay, and the cat is definitely coming over here, so you can't see her, but she's here and she's everywhere. So
she's lurking in the shadows right now.
She's a lurker. She's for sure a lurker. So yeah, so Keaton Quilts is also a fan. The next line is actually one of Cotton and Steel's basics, and I have this line in probably 5 or 6 different colorways. It's Cotton and Steel's Netorious, not Notorious like Notorious B.I.G., but like Netorious like N-E-T, and it's this like stripy fabric, but it's got like these geometric lines running through it. It's just really cool, and it's also a metallic, which is why you're a fan of it, right? And I know when we were looking at fabrics before, these two were actually some of your favorites, I think, when we were talking about maybe what kind of fabrics we wanted to use to make like, pillows or maybe use for window treatments. That sort of thing.
That's completely retro. Like, think of Lazy Boy furniture from back in the day. Like, that's what the color would be right there. That would be pretty baller.
I think you're right. And the gold is not like, it's not like a gaudy gold. It's just a very, like, muted. Like, this looks like something Don Draper would have in his house on Mad Men or something, which I think is your favorite time period. Indeed, because you wish you had lived in that time, although we might not be together. I don't think interracial marriages were all that all that common back in the 60s, but you know, now at least we're living in 2017 now. So that is a plus. All right, we've got Richard. Wow, we've got some guys in here. Wow. Richard, has your wife... Oh boy. Okay, we're not going to read that comment. Oh boy.
It's moderated.
Okay. All right, Richard, I'm sorry, we're going to have to... We're going to be... All right, I don't know if you can remove it right now, but... Oh wait, down on this side. Okay. All right, let's... All right, I'm sorry, Richard, we're going to have to say goodbye to that. I was excited that there was another guy in here, but okay. Okay, and Brenda, yes, so Brenda is in Hawaii. I do not approve of a Hello Kitty. Okay, so the Hello Kitty room is cool, you know, right? It's a good idea. I was thinking like we could paint the walls pink, have a bunch of Hello Kitty stuff in there, but I don't think that was an idea that you preferably, you know, really liked. Okay. So yeah, if you have any questions about men in fabric, feel free to ask us. We will try our best to answer them, although James was a little nervous about doing this because you claim not to know anything about fabric.
Everything that we've talked about thus far, like, this is retro, that's all I got. I've got nothing else.
All right, Keaton Quilt says, I'm a big Hello Kitty fan. So see, maybe you're the only one that doesn't like Hello Kitty stuff. I don't know.
Where do you live, Keaton?
Oh, he's in New York City. So he does a lot of quilting with Liberty of London fabrics. So that's one of his. But I'll show you his Instagram. He's a cool guy.
I was gonna say, if he had a Hello Kitty room, you could go visit him.
I could go that. That
Hello
is true. So Keaton Quilts also teaches and does some other stuff. But his Instagram is awesome. He lives in New York City, and he is. Oh, and he also likes listening to music and dancing because he sent me a couple Instagram messages and posts. So yeah, he's an awesome quilter. You definitely have to follow him because he does some really amazing work. And he's actually someone that is able to make a living off of quilting, which is very hard to do. So Justin is an awesome quilter. All right, we've got Joanne, just subscribed recently. Oh, thanks Joanne. And yes, Liberty of London. I know you don't really know what that is, but I can show you a picture real quick. Let's see. It's more like floral fabrics. I have a few of them, but they're very well known, and they're based in London. And the fabric is like $30 a yard, so it's pretty pricey. Let's see, Liberty of London. It sounds
luxurious.
It is very nice. So yeah, so this is Liberty of London. Is that something that would be up your alley or not really?
We can make some pillows out of it.
We can make some pillows, yeah. I mean, it's very beautiful fabric. That might not be the typical fabric you would go for, but it is very cool and it's very classic. All right, so who else do we have in here? And if you are watching today, feel free to let us know where you're watching from. And if you have any questions whatsoever, we'll try to answer them. And we're going to talk about one of my favorite designers next. And I'm actually going to, for you guys, I'm actually going to open up the packaging. I've had this fabric for about 6 months. Maybe, yeah, about 6 months, and I haven't opened it. So I think it's about time now. All right, Joanne says she's watching from New Jersey. Well, Joanne, awesome. Maybe you live near Justin, and maybe he can help you get into some new sewing projects. But Justin teaches at Gotham Quilts, which is an awesome New York City-based business. They do lessons, and they also sell fabric online. So definitely check out Gotham Quilts. And this line is called Euclid by Carolyn Friedlander, and this is her canvas line. So typically, I've noticed Carolyn Friedlander is starting to branch out in her substrates and go from quilting cotton to canvas and also some like lawn fabrics and that sort of thing. So James is just checking to make sure we're still live. Okay, so Mary L.A. Stone says calico fabric and paisley are her favorites. So she's from Arkansas. Well, welcome. So yeah, this is from Carolyn Friedlander's Euclid line, and I love all of Carolyn Friedlander's prints because I feel like they're all very gender neutral and very, like, just cool. And I would say these are kind of 60s inspired too. Would you not say that? Like, this also kind of looks, especially like this fabric here. So this, and they come in all different colors and prints, but I think the canvas line is great. You can do some more home decor stuff or heavier things. And Carolyn Friedlander actually uses a lot of her fabrics to make some really cool garments with it as well. But we've linked all of the fabrics we're talking about down below so you can check them out. And I would say this is...
Do you think Carolyn Friedlander drives a Toyota?
You know, I don't know.
Like maybe a Highlander?
Maybe a Highlander? I don't know. But she does live in Florida. I know she lives in Polk County, Florida. So, which is one of my favorite places. You know, we're big fans of Florida overall. So yeah, this is Carolyn Friedlander's Euclid line. This is like a tangerine one, and then this is sort of like a light blue. It almost reminds me of like a light denim, and then it's got like a mustard print over top. So if you are also a fan of Carolyn Friedlander's Euclid line, let us know. Are you looking at, what do you think of this? Mm-hmm. And she's often inspired by things found in nature, so like plants or like maps. And she has some other fabrics, like she's got stuff that looks like math, like she's got like some stuff that looks very architecture inspired. So some of her lines have been like architectures, botanics, that's been all florals. She has a line called Dough, that's like just very like, you know, lines and slashes and other sorts of just random shapes, which is cool. But I just love her use of color, and I love her designs just because I feel like they're just very different, and I think that's why I like her fabric so much. But I'm a huge fan of Carolyn Friedlander. And yes, Brenda from Hawaii, I'm so glad you finally made it to the live show. Brenda is probably one of our longest running Sewing Report fans, believe it or not. So, but she lives in Hawaii, so I'm already jealous of you, Brenda. So, yeah. I'm just going to get to
And thank you for being a loyal viewer, Brenda from Hawaii. That's all I got.
That's
it.
That's all he's got. But, so yeah, so this is what we do on the weekends. I don't know what you guys do, but we are hanging out. It was raining earlier, so we're just trying to get some stuff done. And James has also been making some cooking videos for More Approved. In fact, on the same set here, so we've been kind of sharing the space and trying to make use of all of our camera equipment. So if you're interested in cooking videos as well, definitely check out James at our other channel, More Approved. And he's been making some fun cooking videos because, believe it or not, he is a chef, which is pretty much why we're married. No, I'm just joking.
It's true, though. It's true.
I'm just joking.
And I actually talk more when I'm cooking because I know something about it with fabric. I really don't know anything about it.
All right, Brenda says we have lots of Hello Kitty here, see? All right, and Keaton Quilt says her Friedlander lawn collection is awesome. And Keaton Quilts, you are totally right. And I actually got some of her lawn prints, and they're amazing. And I just love the feel and the drape of it. So there's definitely going to be some clothing coming up with the Carolyn Friedlander lawn collection.
And Brenda, for you and everybody else that loves Hello Kitty, you should get the Hello Kitty rice cooker and the Hello Kitty toaster that puts a little face of Hello Kitty on it. See, I'm aware of these things because it involves cooking. So.
And did I ever tell you there was a website? I don't know if the website still exists, but it was called kittyhell.com. And it was this, I don't know if this is real, it could have been a hoax, but it was apparently written by a guy whose wife was obsessed with Hello Kitty. So the whole blog was him basically telling crazy Hello Kitty stories about his wife. And also he would share like the most insane Hello Kitty products he would come across. Like Hello Kitty AK-47s or like Hello Kitty, like pretty much anything you can imagine. Someone has put Hello Kitty on it, I swear. Like he
Didn't
has
they have a Hello Kitty wine as well?
Oh yeah, there is still Hello Kitty wine. So I feel like Hello Kitty is probably one of the most popular brands in the world, and they seem to be putting it on everything you can imagine. They had like some really weird Hello Kitty stuff, but this guy, I don't know if it was, I want to say it was real because the stories were too bizarre to be like made up. But when this guy would get in trouble with his wife, she made him sleep in a Hello Kitty sleeping bag on the couch. I don't know if that's true. And he also showed some pictures of their bathroom, and it was like wall to ceiling, like it was like floor to ceiling Hello Kitty knickknacks and stuff. And he apparently lived in Japan, but they were like expats from America. I don't know if this website was real, but I would read it and I was laughing so hard I was crying sometimes because this guy's stories were so just horribly funny. And he referred to Hello Kitty as just HK after a while. He would just say HK. So I don't know if that dude was real, but people would like send him pictures of Hello Kitty stuff. And then he would talk about it. It gives the whole cat lady thing a whole new twist. Yes, it does. All right, so Emma says she's watching from England. Your videos are very down to earth. Makes me smile while your husband is standing there being supportive. And you are very supportive. I would say I think he's just happy that I have a hobby so he can game more and and I'm kept busy.
Yeah.
So you can do. So maybe that's why sewing is good, just because it allows both people to have hobbies, and then you can kind of do your own thing for a while, and then come back together and eat dinner or watch a movie or something. So I think that's why it's good for people to have things that they like to do. So obviously we like to make videos together, which has been one thing. We haven't killed each other yet, so I think that's a plus.
Stay tuned next week.
Stay tuned next week. That could be interesting. But yeah, so, and I don't know if you know this, but James is actually younger than me too. So I could have been like your babysitter or something. I babysat a little bit, but I wasn't very like good at it, and I'm an only child, so I haven't really spent a lot of time around children. I would not recommend myself as a babysitter. I'm gonna be honest. So there's that. All right, so Brenda says, trust me, we all have that here and in our house. And Rara says, gives the whole cat lady thing a whole new twist. And Patty says, I love to cook more than baking, but definitely cooking. So yeah, so James is going to be showing, he started off with some simple recipes, like he made one about how to make a dough recipe, and how to make pizza, and how to make like easy chocolate. Oh, and there was a woman named Champagne and Twist who was in here a few weeks ago, and we said we were going to make chocolate truffles. That video is up. So if you want to learn how to make truffles with 2 ingredients, now you know. And I ate half the truffles, so that was the fun part for me.
She ate more than half the truffles.
I did. I think I ate 4.
I think I had 3 out of the 9.
Did I have 5? I don't know, but they were very tasty and they were very easy to make.
Easier to make for her because I made them.
That's true. Yeah, it was very easy. I just had to come home and eat them. So the last fabric is, and again, I think James really gravitates towards fabrics that look like denim. This is Robert Kaufman's Chambray, and it kind of looks like denim, but it's got a softer hand. So it would be a little.
Is it stretchy?
Let's see. It might be a little stretchy. It's got maybe a tiny. I don't think it's supposed to be stretchy, but you can tell.
I was gonna say maybe it's jeggings. Maybe it's jeggings material.
Maybe it is, but like this would be great for like dresses or like maybe lightweight pants. Like it looks like denim, but it's not as heavy. So this would be great for like a summertime thing or for, spring makes. But this we got off of Craftsy, and I think it's a 3-yard cut. Okay, this is a 3-yard cut. I think I paid like $15 for it. So if you're looking for like pre-cut lengths of fabric, like 1, 2, or 3, or 4 yards, Craftsy's a great option. Okay, and there's the cat again. She's getting kind of weird, so yeah, I don't know what to say about her. She's just weird. She's just odd. But this Craftsy's a great bet for getting already pre-selected cuts of fabric. The deals are amazing. The selection changes all the time. And actually, I just saw an email that I think some of their florals are on sale. So definitely go check that out. I've gotten some awesome deals from Craftsy, and the kits they have are amazing. Oh, and there's a link below to the Craftsy website. If you're like, unless you've been living under a rock, hopefully you've been to Craftsy, because it's one of my favorite places to source fabric from. Not just for online classes. Sorry, the cat's sort of going insane. I think she's playing by herself with a piece of string, which she does sometimes, and then sometimes she tries to demand we play with her. So she's getting some, I don't know, getting her aggression out, I guess. But I've gotten some great deals from Craftsy, and their kits where they come with the pattern and the fabric are such an amazing deal. Like you can get a kit with a paper pattern, and you can get the fabric to make it for like $15 to $20, where even the price for the fabric would be just that alone. And I've gotten some really nice patterns from there. So you can get some great deals on Craftsy if you are looking to source fabric. But yeah, this looks like you would make a shirt. You would wear a shirt made out of this, right?
Indeed. Maybe
I'll make you a shirt out of this. I don't know. With like sort of like this style. I don't know. This would be sort of cool.
We should do it.
I have not made any shirts. I know you've expressed interest in making suits though, because that would be pretty cool. If you could make your own suit. I've seen some Craftsy classes on that. Like you obviously have to put a lot of interfacing in it and kind of know what to do. But I know you have a hard time. So James has a hard time buying clothing because you're your frame does not match your neck size at all. So your neck is like what, like a 16 or something?
16 and a half.
So it's like a 16 and a half, but all of the shirts that are 16 and a half are made for someone that are that's much larger. So if he buys a shirt with just his neck size, It doesn't fit you. It's just you're swimming in it. And then if you buy a shirt that fits you, then you can't button up the shirt. So that happens. And I think a lot of guys do face issues with getting clothing that fits, especially because not everyone is the same body. Not everyone has that standard body type. You know, we can't all look like David Beckham or Victoria Beckham. You know, let's be honest here. You know, we're just...
I don't know who those people are.
Okay.
Are they sewers too? Do they sew?
They don't, but he's a soccer player and she was in the Spice Girls. Okay, so Rara says, did he try to... Oh, he did try to ship you off in a cardboard box. Yes, he did. Champagne Twist is here and she says yes. Okay, off topic. I'm casting on PS4 but need my phone for a live chat. Is there a way to live chat on PS4? That's a good question.
Yes. So on PS4, you can actually just plug in any keyboard with USB. So you can put that in there. So, like, do you want to do the chatting from the PS4? So yeah, you just plug in a keyboard and it'll plug and play.
And Brenda, I didn't know you were a gamer. If you are, that's awesome. Because are there a lot of women gamers on PS4?
Yes, they're unicorns.
Okay, they're unicorns. Okay.
You are a unicorn, Brenda.
All right, so Linda says you should try the SureFit pattern system for James. I would love to Google that because a couple people have recommended that. I don't exactly know what it is. I know you have a hard time. I've tried to make some of his items of clothing before, but the t-shirt I made you, like, I couldn't get the hemming well. And by the way, soon, hopefully, there will be some cover stitch videos here soon. I can't say too much, but I think I might be able to work something out. So then I can be able to make you t-shirts with hems that don't, where the stitching doesn't rip out. Because I did try using the twin needle, but it just popped out. Like, for whatever reason, that just did not work out well.
Under my biceps, yeah. I flexed and it just broke.
I know, it's because your arms are too muscular for the shirts, maybe? I don't know.
We'll go with that.
I don't know. So Keen's Quilt says, I'm 6'4" with a third. Wow! I didn't realize you were so tall, Keen.
You have a more difficult time finding clothing.
Okay, all my shirts are custom made. Definitely awesome when you can custom fit men's shirts. And that is very true. I think a lot of men have trouble with sizing, trouble finding clothes that fit. Yeah, because you have a few shirts where they just clearly don't fit you very well. You have had more luck with the slim fit though. So if you get shirts and they say slim fit, particularly like the Calvin Klein brand, those tend to work for you. But yeah, Justin, since you're 6'4", wow, that must be a bit challenging. And I know James also has a hard time with shoes because you have a unique shoe size. So he actually has one pair of shoes and he just keeps buying that same pair again and again. So I think we now have 3 or 4 pairs of the same shoes. All right, Linda says Brenda Sparling has lots of videos on YouTube that address all kinds of fit issues. We should check those out for sure. And then Champagne Twist says, I'm really surprised that James has issues with purchasing clothes that fit him. I would have thought the range would be better in the States. I don't know, what do you think of that? No?
No.
And you're very picky about men's clothing too, so... Yeah. I don't know, you don't like a lot of fits. I don't know, you don't like the old man looking type clothes either, so it can be a struggle.
In 20 more years, I will be rocking those old men clothing, Velcro shoes.
Yes, we need to get you some Velcro shoes.
20 years.
And some pants with the pants with the elastic waistbands. You know? No?
I'm thinking more suspenders.
Okay, suspenders.
I can probably pull those off. We can get a pair of those.
Okay, your dad wears suspenders occasionally.
Nothing wrong with suspenders.
No. All right, Rare says, I feel you. I do CrossFit and my neck size and biceps don't match the rest of my body either. See, we're not alone here. I don't think we're crazy. I don't know. Maybe a little bit, but not. I think everybody deals with fit issues. But, so yeah, I think it would be cool to make James some more men's clothing if that's something you're interested in seeing. The one t-shirt pattern we bought for him, I think was the jeans pattern from J. Lee that you made? I don't know. We have a men's jean pattern somewhere.
I got it from Joanne Fabrics, and then I modified it because it had like a whole bunch of material in the crotch area. I was like, yeah, that section of the pants isn't going to be fitted right, so I took like 6 inches of fabric off of it, and it worked out just fine. So you have to modify some of your patterns.
So yes, and you did that successfully, and the jeans did work out, but I think the material you picked ended up ripping at the seams or something. But you did a pretty good job, I thought, with the jeans. Although you didn't, at the point, we didn't have any hardware, so he didn't add rivets or anything. But I think you did have the button, and you had like the zipper and everything.
I did decorative stitches.
Decorative stitches. And I did buy some interfacing for shirts, so maybe we could try. I still have not made the classic shirt yet, so maybe we could make some men's shirts and see if that would work out okay. I don't know if I can make anything like this. And buttonholes kind of scare me, so we'll
I made this morning.
Would you mind if the shirt had those cam
off
snaps for babies on it?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Does it come in stainless steel?
No, but they'd be white and plastic.
I'll pass.
Okay, you'll Actually, stainless steel.
Why don't we just do regular buttons?
Stainless steel snaps would be kind of neat, though. That would be sort of cool. All right,
regular buttons would be better.
All right, so if anyone has a comment, feel free to jump in here. And thank you so much for everybody who's been joining us on Sundays. If we can do this more regularly, I might start advertising this. Like on the channel banner, I don't have it saying, every Sunday because honestly, I kind of wasn't sure if I would be able to do this every Sunday, but we've been doing it the past 6 weeks and we have not missed one yet. But I was trying to figure out, like, if there was a week we couldn't do it, what's the best way to let everybody know, or if I had to change the day or something. I don't know. Okay, so, all right. Shirley Adams' YouTube channel has a wealth of info on pattern fixing and is a great sewing go-to. And Patty says, as a plus-size woman, I have to learn to fit and make adjustments. And that is something I think we all end up having to do. We love these suggestions. If you have any tips for us, feel free to let us know because we obviously don't know. We don't know everything for sure.
And I know nothing about sewing.
You do not know. You know more than the average guy, I think. Like, I don't know.
You put fabric in, and then it stitches it, and then you're done.
And
That's
actually, you figured out the sewing machine thing before I did, so...
Free motion quilting.
I think that's saying something. Yes, you did enjoy free motion quilting, and actually you have watched a lot of, believe it or not, we watched a bunch of Missouri Star quilting videos together, so you've seen quite a bit of Jenny Doan and how to quilt, so we have, this is something we've spent a lot of time on. We've watched some craftsy classes together on altering clothes. So, as much as you say, I think you don't know anything about sewing, I think you know more than you think you do.
Maybe I have selective amnesia. I don't know.
But yeah, we are planning to make some things for the house, and I'd like to make some more clothing, so hopefully we can get that together. And also, if there's any live shows that you guys would like to see, let us know in the comments, because I would love to know what kind of topics you think might be good for a conversation, because again, like, everybody's talking in the comments, so maybe we could do topics that are kind of timely and talk about just things that people have opinions on, because I think it's good to have a forum where you can engage with other sewists and quilters and be able to talk about things that are important to you. All right, and let's see here. I think we got through everything. Yeah, we got through all our fabrics. And James, thank you for joining me on this live edition of the Sewing Room. I may loop you in more often. I don't know. I don't know if this is like a voluntary thing.
I'm a captive.
You're a captive.
I've been blinking in Morse code. Send support.
Send help. But anyways, thank you guys all for watching us, and we will see you next Sunday. We're trying to figure out what we'll do next Sunday, but I'm sure it will be probably about on this level, so I don't think we went too off tangent either, hopefully not. But we will see you guys next Sunday, and
thanks for watching the Sewing Port live edition.
And have a great week. Alright, I think you're going to turn off the camera.
Yeah. Bye-bye. It won't stop.
I guess the show just
Are you sure you want to end? Yes. Goodbye,
sure?
everybody.
Okay, bye.